He's a senior at Bryant University. Jacob Lewtan, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you so much for having me.
I appreciate it. You are the organizer of Bryant's Northeast Entrepreneur Conference taking place on March 3rd, 7th annual.
Absolutely.
And have you been working on this since freshman year?
I actually haven't. This is my first year on the team, and I have a team of 9 students that I've been working with to put on this conference throughout the year, and it's been a great experience so far.
Fantastic. Well, just want to say, you've got Steve Forbes coming.
Yeah, we're super excited to have him. He's the featured speaker in a lineup of 14 speakers that we're bringing to campus in an event that's spanning across the entire New England region, bringing in students from everywhere. So we're super excited to have him.
So he's headlining Craig Dubitsky with EOS, those little round lip glosses. So you're going to be talking with various entrepreneurs. When you were putting together the speaker program, how did you decide, when you said we need to have these people here to really talk about entrepreneurship, how did you come up with that group that you reached out to?
Something so important to me, because I'm an accounting major at Bryant, and not an entrepreneurship major, is to make sure that we have a conference that's applicable across so many industries and majors, so we can reach as many students as possible. So when I was creating the lineup, I really wanted to search for a different caliber of speakers throughout so many different industries that we could target and help every single major create their own personal definition of entrepreneurship to apply to their career.
And what are you looking to get out of the conference? You've been immersed in it, you've planned it, you're going to be there that day. It's probably going to be like your wedding, right? Like, you're too young to actually know this. But you're going to be involved making sure that it goes off without a hitch. But what do you think students really are looking to learn, as you said, from this diverse group? Again, that real world application.
I can only hope that every student that comes in can actually take away something from the conference that helps them redefine their view of what entrepreneurship is, because we aren't saying that you need to create your own business to be an entrepreneur. We're saying that you can be entrepreneurial in any major or career that you may be pursuing, and that's the most important point that I want people to take away.
Aha, so giving them that skill set to apply to whatever it is that they're looking to do, and it's open to the public as well.
Absolutely, there are tickets for the public, students across the New England region, as well as Bryant students and faculty as well.
So what are you looking to hear from Steve Forbes?
So he's actually going to be talking about leadership lessons, and so he's going to be running through leaders throughout time, including Julius Caesar, through Steve Jobs up to Mark Zuckerberg, connecting all the dots for us to round out a day where people can learn from all the entrepreneurs.
That's fantastic to get that historical perspective with Steve Forbes. And then what's Craig Dubitsky going to talk about?
Craig Dubitsky, he has such an interesting view on how personal care should actually it should be innovated, because people don't want to be ingesting chemicals, and Craig does such a great job through his Hello products and EOS lip balm to show how he's redefining personal home care through his outlook on the industry.
Very good. And as you said, not an entrepreneur major, you're an accounting major. So tell us about your 4 years at Bryant. When you came as a freshman, was it everything you expected?
Absolutely, and more. Bryant made so many promises during my tours at the university, and they've managed to keep all of those promises through all of the diverse curriculums where we have so much group work ingrained into that curriculum. They've really been inspiring all students to excel through those programs, and it's been a great experience.
Okay, so tell viewers, you already kind of have your career, well, the start of it kind of mapped out. What are the next steps?
So I'm actually going to be attending graduate school at Bryant University till December, and then I'm excited to be joining a team at Deloitte to audit startup tech clients in San Francisco.
So how much would you say, I mean, you're balancing your schoolwork with running this conference, which must be like another full-time job. How many hours a week have you been spending putting this conference together?
It all blends together at some point, but it's all about the experience.
Yep.
And so even though we may be putting in hours over our schoolwork, maintaining that balance is important, but making sure that we have a conference that all students can feel comfortable coming to learn about entrepreneurship and leadership is the most important thing.
So you've got the student vote, and you've got students showing up for it. What would you say to people who are listening today saying, this might sound interesting, who might be interested to go to this conference?
I'd say that although when I say students, I do mean college students, it's important to remember that we're all students of leadership through our careers. And students from across the community will be able to come and take away something. This isn't just for college students.
Okay, it's more, it's broader. Who are some of your business heroes?
Some of my business heroes, I really look to Steve Jobs, just his way of thinking and how he managed teams. Everybody respected him, yet people did have different views about him, and that's, I think, really important to have that dichotomy in how you do lead.
And how do you feel, I mean, you've got your own perspective, but seniors graduating into this very tumultuous world right now. I mean, what are students' concerns as they go out into the world, you know, having being armed with that undergraduate degree from a business perspective, entrepreneurial perspective, what are the opportunities and challenges that students are facing right now?
I mean, for Bryant students, we have a lot of business majors coming out of school, as well as liberal arts majors that minor in a business as well. And to be able to understand finance and accounting and basic elements of business is so important. And that's something that Bryant prepares us to do going out into the world, so we can assess the challenges coming and learn how to react to them.
And so what are the opportunities you see moving forward? You're going to get your graduate degree, you're going to head out to San Francisco. What are you ultimately looking to pursue?
I mean, over my time in San Francisco when I was interning with Deloitte, I got a lot of exposure to the startup tech space, and to be able to stay in that space and really grow with it as all of the startups do grow in San Francisco, that's something that's really special to me, and I was really happy to be a part of it.
Very good. And as you said, you've got a team that's working on this conference that's going to be on March 3rd, and we'll be sure to have that link up as well. Any shout outs you'd like to give to folks while you're in here?
The entire Be Unique team deserves a shout out. They've been doing a great job throughout this entire time, as well as the Bryant Collegiate Entrepreneurs Organization and their e-board. They've been very supportive, as well as Lou Mazzucchelli, our advisor. So thank you so much.
I think it was Lou who put us in touch.
Absolutely.
It's all about connections. Now, big important question. Spring break. Are you going away?
I am. Montego Bay in Jamaica is calling my name in a week or so.
Very good, to Montego Bay. After the conference is done, you'll take a big, deep breath and go, after you have Steve Forbes, Craig Dubitsky, and 14 speakers in total.
Absolutely.
Anyone else? Any other names that we might know? Any local? Are we talking all national folks here?
All folks with national brands. They might not be known to the community, but some of their products have been very influential in equitable sourcing, as well as we have a Vine superstar, Eric Dunn, coming in. Brandale Randolph, a social entrepreneur dedicating his life to stopping juvenile delinquency. And just so many more entrepreneurs and leaders that we're bringing to the students. We couldn't be more excited to have everybody come to the conference.
A Vine superstar. Tell me more. I mean, I might be showing my age here, but what's the claim to fame?
So his name's Eric Dunn, and he, Vine, as you know, is 6-second media clips. So he's going to be coming to talk about how you can brand yourself in a digital age and how you need to brand yourself on social media in entrepreneurship. His claim to fame, he just puts out great content. Which is comedic, but also touches on various issues that affect us all throughout.
So what do you see? You're a student right now. I've got a few years on you. What are the social media channels that students of the college age are using? Is it mostly Instagram? Is Snapchat and Vine? I mean, where does that fit in? Give us the sense of what students are using most.
Instagram is definitely up there, as well as Snapchat, just giving people the ability to communicate with each other and update minute to minute by what people are doing in life. It's something that we really take to in my generation, as well as just something that will be implemented moving forward for everybody.
And Facebook maybe not so much. Is that for older folks?
Not necessarily. Still utilized, but we're moving to other platforms. So.
And of course, it's going to be interesting moving forward to see what's next, because it's hard to even conceptualize what that could be. But do students face that challenge that folks using social media feel a lot of trying to connect with other people versus doing online communication versus in-person communication?
It is all about finding that balance, and that's something very important to stress. But as students move through their college curriculum and move into the real world with their careers, we get a lot of exposure about how we should actually communicate on social media to make sure that we're fostering those connections online as well as in the real world.
And what would you say if there are younger folks or parents watching right now and students who are thinking of Bryant University? What would you want to tell them about your time at Bryant?
I would just say that Bryant really has kept all of its promises that it made me, and a lot of people go on college tours and they say all of these things, but Bryant was really true to their word. In my time at Bryant, they actually erected new buildings. The Academic Innovation Center, it's a beautiful building that we use to go and innovate in. We actually had a brainstorming session the other day for our club, so it's just an unbelievable space, so many beautiful buildings and so many great professors that we learn from.
Well, Jacob, I appreciate your taking the time to come in today, because you're getting down to the stretch. What are the final details? What are the final to-do list that you have before the conference?
We have all of the materials coming in this week, and the team's going to be working hard to stuff folders, arrange lanyards, and sell as many students at Bryant and beyond to come to this conference.
Are we going to see some social media buzz around this as it gets closer?
Absolutely.
And of course, your appearance here on GoLocal will be part of that.
Of course.
But I appreciate your taking the time to come in today, because it's always great to get local college students to come in, tell us about their experience, and especially when you can connect what's going on with the college with what's going on with the community. So Jacob Lewtan, I appreciate your taking the time to come in today.
Thank you so
I'll
much.
let you go back up to the College on the Hill in Smithfield there. So I'll let you around the corner and we'll talk soon.
Thank you so
Okay,
much.
thanks so much. Okay, Jacob Lewtan with Bryant University, a senior, is the basically head honcho putting together the New England Northeast Entrepreneurial Conference taking place on March 3rd. Steve Forbes is going to be the culminating speaker, as Jacob mentioned, talking about leadership throughout history. Now, it's just not for students, it's open to the public as well. It was great to have the student perspective here in studio at GoLocal. So be sure to check out more on GoLocalProv.com moving forward this weekend. We've got news stories up this afternoon. Be sure to check us out on Facebook and Twitter as well. But we'll be back here in studio on Monday with Business Mondays with Josh Fenton. And of course, Molly O'Brien at 3 o'clock with All Things Lifestyle. I'll be up at the State House next Thursday. We look forward to seeing everyone. We appreciate your watching. We appreciate your feedback. We'll see you next week. I'm GoLocal News Editor Kate Nagel.